In this video, we're going to talk about the 3 top reasons traders fail. The first one is FOMO. Second one is not having a plan. And third one is panic selling. Okay, that's it. Thank you, guys. No, I'm playing. If you haven't already, definitely smash a like. Let's go over this. This is a thought process I had in one of my groups. For the group that we have, this is a trade that I'm looking at. I do have a group saying, here are coins I'm looking at. If you want, you can join them. However, they're not safe. So I have aggressive traders. I have safer traders. But let's walk through this. Here, I'm saying it's not ready. It's a very small market cap coin. What does this mean? Why is this important? If you understand market caps, the lower the market cap, the faster the coin can move, because all it takes is a little bit of money to move the coin. Now, the FOMO. Right now, the alert just went off. Are we going to enter this trade? Definitely not. Why? Well, it moved up already. How much did it move up? Roughly around 38%. So about 35%. It already moved up. From here to here, it moved up. It already made its move. Could it retrace? Sure. Could it go up another 40, 50%? Sure could. But I'm not willing to risk it. One thing that you have to do as far as a trader goes is understand your own risk tolerance. Because if you don't, you're going to take every single trade that anybody gives you, and you're not going to have a plan. So let's talk about the planning portion. So we have FOMO. We're not going to enter this. We're going to talk about a plan. This was originally our plan. The wider circles are safer entries. This is how I do my setups for my group, guys. White circles are for the safer entries. The yellow one is for my aggressive entry. And what we're looking for is we're looking for a bounce. If it bounces, then we can enter, or you could enter with the preemptive thought that it should potentially bounce because it's, found support here, found support here, more than likely to find support here. So this would be an aggressive entry. If you entered here, then your stop loss is roughly about 16%, and you would have been stopped out. Now, again, this is because this is an aggressive entry. You're adding to your risk. That's okay, well, there's a higher chance we may get stopped out. Or if you do get stopped out, well, now you're concentrating on this trade to potentially re-enter the trade. Now, notice one thing. Here's an aggressive entry. Here's a safer entry. If you want to play it safe, all you have to do is wait for about 10 more percent. Wait 10%, then you get your safer entry. And then now, hopefully, this zone, and I'd show all this in the live training that I do every single day, Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday and Sunday at 4. Of course, we do bonus streams. I'll start doing bonus streams pretty soon, but definitely, tune in. I show you all these trading concepts for free. You don't have to join my group. Do I have a group? Yes, of course, but you join that if you want access to me. But you don't need that to learn how to trade. I show you here every single day. Now, back to the plan. If we come down, there's a chance that we may get stopped out because it may start going this route. And sure enough, it did. Let's walk through this. Price came down, did not stop us out, came up to our level that we need to break above, right to it, and then started falling, coming down. Now, because it's a low market cap coin, that does not mean that it has to follow Bitcoin. Right now, a lot of coins are following Bitcoin, but these lower market caps, they have a mind of their own. This is why we trade level by level. Came down here, went up, came down, went up, came down. Now, if you trade patterns, you might see a double top. You might also see potentially, thinking of other patterns, maybe a bull flag. I mean, it's so funny, all these pattern traders, they'll squint their eyes, and they'll shake their head really fast. They'll turn around in the chair, and they'll call out a thing, but a pattern. But here, you could call this an M. However, look at this measured move from here to here. Let's just call this an M for the measured move. If I can grab this. Can I grab this? Good Lord. Try to grab it. For the measured move, you're looking at about, let's say right here. And you can see that it didn't go down to the measured move. So because of that, this is why I trade level by level. Came down here. This is a level that I was looking at. We did not want it to cross this level. Now, I believe I made a video for my VIP group in reference to this. I don't remember, but I believe I did. I can check, but I don't want to waste your time. Price did break below the level, but it did not, reverse, do a bearish retest, and then break this level. If it would have broken this level, and if it's available to short, then we could have shorted it. But if not, then we just wait for it to break a high. This is what I teach all the time. And that's one thing I want to stress, guys. Like the stuff that I'm showing you, it's not after the fact and like, oh, well, woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda, you do this because it did the value area low or it, no. Like I'm showing you every single day, guys. Price came down, came up. So in order for us to long, it would need to break this level now. First it was, came down, then it came up, then it started coming down. Now for us to long it, we need to break this level. Then it came down up here. For us to long it, we need to break this level. But why is it doing that? It's making two of them. I noticed that. Y'all know why? Let me know. Do I have like a button pressed down or something? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. It's automatically just, maybe if I click and hold and then drag? No, I don't know. But I don't have my fingers on the keyboard. But anyway, so let me know in the comments. Has that started happening to you? But here, it needs to break this level in order for it to go long, and the price didn't. So now it needs to break this level for us to go long. It didn't. It needs to break this level. But since this is so close, we just keep it here. And then now it came down, coming up, created another pivot. So now, in order for us to go long, we needed to break this level. Comes down, comes up, looks like potentially a rollover to maybe attack this, to come all the way for this, but it didn't. Guess what it did? It came up here. Now, while this is going, we have our alert, and our alert just went off, but we're not entering, we're not FOMOing. So again, the three major things that destroy traders: FOMO, no plan, and panic selling. Let's say you bought here. I don't know why you would, but let's just say you did buy here, you FOMO'd, and it comes down to about here, which is about the average, about 50% of this move, and you panic sell only to find that it goes and it ends up going up. So you're doing three things: FOMO, no planning, and panic selling. That destroys traders. So what I'm trying to show you is everything. Let's just say, let's say you took the trade, and this was an aggressive trade. You went, you got stopped out. Because you got stopped out, now you're watching it. You see this, you go, and while this is happening, you set your alert. Your alert goes off. However, let's just say you put it up here, somewhere up here. Your alert didn't go off. Well, now it does. But let's just say, for example, for whatever reason, you put it a little bit lower and it was down here. Your alert goes off. But because the alert went off, that does not mean to enter. That just means the 4-hour candle needs to close above this level. Or if you want to do more aggressive, 1-hour candle. And did the 1-hour candle close above this? Oh, it kind of did. Because of this wick. Now, the reason I'm saying 4-hour candle, I would prefer a 4-hour candle because it's safer. But a 1-hour candle, because it can move really fast. So let's just say our thought process was the 1-hour candle. I don't want it breaking this level. So what I would do, if I was going to enter, let's say I did enter it. Let's say I entered it right here. I didn't catch the top, I didn't catch the bottom, but let's say I cut it right here. My stop loss would be underneath this, the lowest point. So let's just say 15%. So here's where my stop loss would be, right about here. It starts coming down, and because I have a plan, I'm not panicking. Now, in addition to this, I always show this as well, the magnet tool along with the fib retracement from the absolute bottom to the absolute top. I would like to see a minimum retracement to the 382. 0.5 is good. Below the 618, I get nervous. I get really nervous. And it almost tapped the 786. But because this is my plan, I'm going to wait and see what happens. Does the price action start going, down, then up, then down? It's like, oh, crap. It broke one level. Then up, then down. Oh, crap. More than likely to come for this, but hopefully it's just coming for the liquidity so that maybe we can bounce and do a higher low. That's what I'm looking for and I'm hoping for. If not, well, guess what? I have my stop loss. However, that did not happen. Let's just say we did enter the trade right here. And as soon as I enter, it comes down. Ah, crap. But whenever I enter, I'm not doing 100% of my entry. I do 50%. And then it comes down all the way down here. What I could do is I could put a quarter in here, and then if it goes up another quarter, that's another, possibility. What would I have done in this moment? I'm afraid it's going to do this. I really am. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to see if it breaks this level. Now, whenever I'm doing this, I'm always showing you what I would have done in the moment of the trade versus what all the other mentors do. They show you after the fact. You can't make money that way. You really can't. And for me, my goal is to make you money. My goal is to make money with you and not because of you. And for that reason, you don't need to join my group to learn how to trade. I'm showing you right now. I'm giving you all the thought process. If you want the updates of Bitcoin and the market, everything else, active trades, moving up stop losses, potentially, the market reversing, closing out half of your position. Like if you want all that information, well, that's the group. But to learn how to trade, again, every single day, watch my videos, watch my live streams, ask me questions. I want you to ask me questions. Don't pay some mentor $99 an hour when you can get it right now. Well, in the live streams. So here I would actually add to my entry. And then sure enough, it comes up, comes down. What I don't want it to do is I don't want it crossing this level now. If it does now, because more time has passed, again, this is the whole thought process. If it does something like this, crap. What I'm doing now is I'm moving up my stop loss because there's a really high chance that it's just losing all of this. And this ends up being a rounded bottom. So now it starts doing this number and then it goes down. But because it did not break this level to break this level, and now it's breaking the levels to the upside, and especially this one right here. This was a very nice little drawback before it ran up. And then if you wanted to, let's say, now you're building conviction in this coin, you already entered twice, but now let's say you closed out one of your other trades and you really want to add to this, well, then you add here. And this is a much safer trade because you have the break of this very strong level. Could it return back in here? Sure. Possibly do a low, higher low, and then a higher low? Sure. And again, nobody knows what's going to happen. I must stress that. There's a lot of mentors out there that they claim that they know what's going to happen, but they give you so many different variables that, have you seen somebody do something like this where they have a level here, value area high, PLC, weekly value area high, PLC, value area low, weekly value area low. This is, your 200 SMA and whatever. And they look brilliant because what ends up happening, it finds support somewhere and it does something. And because of that, they look like a genius. I mean, anybody can do this right here. You just have to, I call it the gift of gab. You have to just say so many different scenarios that they end up looking like a genius. This right here, in my opinion, is what takes the real skill. Am I the best? Definitely not. Do I still have room to learn? Absolutely. And that's why I watch a lot of traders, because they may show something that I didn't even think about. And I strongly recommend you do the same. Don't just watch me, watch other traders and ask us questions. See how we answer the questions. I would really love for that. All right, for y'all to do that. Let me know in the comments. Are you appreciating the thought process that I'm providing, or is this just rubbish? Let me know. And if it is rubbish or trash, let me know why. Why is this trash? I'm basically showing you how to trade and what to, my thought process when it comes to the actual trading versus in hindsight. Anybody can trade in hindsight, anybody. But this is how I would have played it right now. Would I have entered this trade once the alert went off? Definitely not. Just for the simple fact that it could come down because it's such a low market cap coin. You know, again, could it do 20, 30% more? Sure, of course, it can do whatever it wants. But I'm not willing to risk it. Not right now. When the bull market gets really, really bullish, sure, definitely. I'll enter here with the lower entry down here. This lower entry may not hit. It may just continue going because we're in that market. But right now we're not. It's too risky. All right. Manage your risk, guys. Once again, the top 3 things that traders do that absolutely wreck their account. We went over FOMO, no planning, and also panic selling. Have a plan, stick to it. You know, move up your stop loss if you need to, depending on what's happening in the market and also your coin. Move your stop loss in profit, hopefully as soon as possible. And also take profit, guys. Nothing wrong with taking profit. You know, I was just talking to somebody earlier and they were up a whole bunch, but they never take profit because they wanted to be the home run. And instead of it being, it wasn't even like a base hit. It was like a foul ball that they did. Granted, they did not lose money, but they barely won money. You know, they were up a significant amount, let's just say 45%, but they ended up closing out their trade at 1%. And I'm always telling this particular individual, when you see it moving up, take profit, anything, 25%. It doesn't matter. Take something. 50%. For me, normally, if I get a run up like this, I'm taking 75%. I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm taking 75% if I get this type of run up. And then the rest, I'll let it ride. You know, sell a little bit here, maybe a little bit here, wherever my targets are at. But that's the biggest thing. You have to take profits. Because if not, let's just say we did only enter here. Let's say this was our only entry. We put this one in green. Let's say this is our bonus information, guys. Let's say we only entered this and it went way up here. And then now the price does something like this. It's down, and it comes down some more, people taking profit, and it comes down some more. And then it does this right here. And then guess what? We get stopped out, you know, because we're moving up our stop loss or whatever we did, and we get stopped out. Why would we do that? Sell some here. And then as you know, you see it breaking a low, it's like, oh crap. It breaks another low, oh crap. You know, this is step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 3, I'm completely out. I got my stop loss and I moved it all the way up. Hopefully I could sell some more, maybe 25 or 50% here of my remainder balance. And then I get stopped out. At least I took profit here, profit way down here. You know, I didn't get it way up here, but I was trying to give it a chance to breathe. And then potentially I get stopped out here. But that's what I would have done. Once again, could this run up? Sure, of course, but it's too risky for me. All right, that's all I got. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you watch it to the end. I do thank you very much. And we'll talk to you on the next live stream. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Take care. Oh yeah, if you want access to me, join the group. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to update the video. I'm going to update my VIP group in reference to Bitcoin. I do like doing this when we have certain moves like we're having right now. So I'm going to be updating my VIP group in just a moment in reference to Bitcoin, what to expect. And again, nobody knows what's going to happen. All I have is probabilities of what might happen. Here, I thought it was going to come down. And so much for the divergence. We had our volume coming down and our price going up. The divergence, it did come down to here, right where I thought it was going to come down to. But this wick, I don't really count it. Other traders may count it. You know, they might go to a lower time frame and say, oh, look, guys, I called it. It was on the 3-minute time frame. Look at that. We nailed it. No, I didn't nail it. You know, I'm thinking on the 1-hour time frame, we're going to have a candle, and then maybe reverse up. But here it did come down to about $50 from where I thought it was going to come down and then start going possibly up. And that's pretty much what happened. But this is just a wick. So I don't consider this, you know, look, guys, I showed this right here, and this is what I was thinking. I just see this as it came down to where the area thought and then shot straight back up. But I would have liked to have seen candles and then go up. So this would have been, okay, I like that it did what I thought it was going to do, even though it still did. All right, that's all I got. Thank you so much. Let me know if you watched the whole thing. Put a hashtag bingo bango, hashtag bingo bango in the chat if you watched the whole thing. Thank you so much. See you on the next one, and take care. See ya.